Hello everyone, welcome back to another edition of On the Bench. It's the good stuff. Hello everyone, welcome back. So a little bit different here. This isn't anything really RC related, but this is the heart and soul of what makes the channel tick. So what we have here is a hard drive and some memory. So I've been using the same laptop since 2017 when I started the channel. I bought this HP AMAIN. It's a gaming laptop, lots of power. But you know, as time goes on, things start requiring more and more out of the computer and they start to slow down. So it really is a great computer, but it has two hard drives. I had a solid state hard drive, which is really fast, but it was small. It was only enough for the operating system, and I also got my editing software on there. On the other side, I had this 1 terabyte mechanical hard drive that I keep my video stuff and all that on. And it started getting to the point to where when I would drop something onto the timeline, there's like a little green bar. It kind of does whatever it's doing. And as I start to go to another clip and play, the clip would get jumpy. It was skippy. Sometimes it was crashing. The computer was really slowing down. So I don't have it here. It's already in the computer. That's why it's kind of hard to do this with a computer, but they have, because a solid state drive kind of looks like this memory, right? And it won't fit in this spot, not conveniently, but they sell the solid state hard drives that look like this in a 2.5-inch configuration. So that's what I did. I bought a 1 terabyte solid state hard drive, put it in the laptop, so now I have 2 solid state hard drives, and man, the computer is doing really, really well. And then I upgraded the memory as well. Now before somebody says anything, look, they put a limit that, at least as far as HP said, 32 gig is the most that you can put in here. When I got the computer, it only had like 8 gig. So then I put another 8 for 16, because at that time, a couple years ago, this memory was really, really expensive. So now what I got is 2 16 gigs. So I pretty much doubled the memory. I went from 16 to 32. So these are the old memory sticks. These are 2 8 gig. And what's in there now are 2 16 gigs. That makes it 32. And man, boy, the computer, she is happy. She is happy, making my editing life a whole lot easier. Next up on the bench, sorry, I've already kind of did some work to it. I thought I could fix it, honestly, but I can't. And the Team Associated, the MT10. Before I went on my little trip here, I took the wheelie bar off, and I tried to glue it. Unfortunately, it never did. Whatever they make this from, that and the epoxy does not mix. They did not like to sit well together. So I have a brand new one that we're going to install. And also, while everybody was sleeping, I put a fan on here. I think we need to move this back just a little bit, cut into these wires. But there we go. If you're interested in the fan, it'll be in my Amazon store. But this is really nice. It just clips on, so hopefully it should hold. Check it out. Factory parts. Some assembly required. Wow. They give you way too many. This needs to be a simpler kit. Like, you don't need all these parts. I have these 2 arms. I'm not replacing them. I mean, hell, I only ran 1 pack. We got a bumper piece here for some reason. And then we'll have, like I said, initially, I think one of the problems was, where did they have this thing? Okay, so initially they had it here at this very back bolt. I'm going to move it in one. That way I feel like it's going to make it just a little bit stronger. Alright, well, this is something else I picked up that I didn't really unbox on the channel. But it's some larger hex heads because the pillow balls on the ARMAs are beyond what I have in my little toolkit here. And that works out good for this because this is a huge hex right here for this piece. So, woohoo! Check it out. I get to try it out. Man, that reminds me. Did you all see? I'm not sure how many people watch Do RC, but I won. He modified a screwdriver bit, and I won it because I made a comment. So I guess he picked from the comments. I didn't realize by doing that I entered, but I'll take it because you know what? It gets to be a pain sometimes to switch out these bolts. Although, man, I really do dig the Milwaukee. I'll take a second one. Heck yeah. I usually don't ever win anything. But look at this. This is funny, man. By now you all seen the Maxx Slash video. But look at it. This basic RC here. It's got anti-sway bars. Now, I'm not a big fan. I'm really sure how much anti-sway bars do for an RC car, you know, but when something's that unstable, I figure it can't hurt, right? I get all kinds of weird comments about that. Oh, one person even said, well, if you need anti-sway bars, don't get a Tamiya. That's funny because my Hot Shot has anti-sway bars. So I'm not sure what that was meant by that. But like I said, I mean, they're available on some of my Traxxas cars. Are available. I just never added it. I think it's fine, but you know, the Maxx Slash, I think we got some little problems with it. Matter of fact, this could be the next one on the bench. I'm gonna put the Maxx Slash up here because we got some improvements to do. Which by now you've already seen the video because that thing's a new vehicle. It's you know, so I want to make the driving video of the improvements that I've done. So you've already seen me drive it with these improvements, so that makes sense. You know, sometimes timing on these videos is critical if you want to catch, you know, right now why that product's hot. You kind of want to get those videos out. Check out the RC10 be fixed. I think maybe I might change out this ESC for something I can tune in, or I might say the ESC for, I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember. I know this thing wasn't that powerful. I also know that I have tethers for the body clips that I need to go ahead and do as well for this, so I don't keep losing them. Check it out, Arma Direct. And how funny, look, Makita, meet the wall. Alright, there we go. Got it through. Man, even with this bigger size, it's a hassle. Yeah, 3/16. I'm just gonna take my little reamer here and just go like that, and just, you know, the drill just kind of leaves some rough stuff, and we'll just clean that up a little bit. There you have it. I don't need to show you the process of doing all 4 of them, so we'll check back in. Alright, so I did find that you can use this pliers to grab this and pull it through. I thought for sure I'd rip that through, but I figured I would risk one and do it. But there we go. Now we have it. I can put the pins in here, and now I don't have to worry about losing my pins. That's one thing that they should have done from the get-go, is done this, and I'm not sure why they didn't. If you're gonna go to cheap route with body pins, at least provide us with a tether to put these, to make sure we don't lose them. There we go. There we have it. Oh, and then too, what I find helps, take a Phillips screwdriver, stick it into this pin to help run this thing through here. So, all right, The MT10 is ready for action. We got some parts for the Maxx Slash. Check this out. We got a hot racing servo saver right there. We got the Traxxas big servo. Now I'm not 100% sure. I don't think I'm gonna put that in. I want to try something different. I didn't realize that this piece that I have in here existed. So let's check this piece out. Funny enough, it's sold by Traxxas servo adapter. So that way we can run a regular servo. And I've been wanting to try one of these out. You know, Kevin Talbert recommended these things for the longest time. Now I know he said that recently, in recent times, they've turned to crap, but I've actually been sitting on this thing a long time, almost 2 years. And you know, that's kind of the reason I got so many parts, watching people like him go out there and break stuff left and right. And I just thought that's the way RC cars were. They break all the damn time. So I think I'm gonna save this big boy here, and we're gonna put it either, I might just put it in the sledge. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this in the sledge, because this is a very expensive servo. It's very big, very heavy, but the Maxx Slash is not a very heavy RC. So as soon as I can get the weather to be consistent out here, there can be some changes in the workshop. Like, I'm gonna move all this tracks and stuff out of here so I don't look like I'm promoting them as much. I'm just gonna put like unbranded stuff maybe right here, but I'm gonna limit it. I'm gonna expand the workbench, and we're spray foaming the shed to keep it cool in here. And I got some changes coming, man. The workshop is going to look a whole lot better. Yeah, we're gonna be making some improvements. See, these larger RCs, it's so hard to work on. Hard to get in and out of here. So, first thing we got here, I got this axe. I just ordered some more of these, and they're not by DKKY, but they'll be in my Amazon store. Seems like a lot of these companies that sell on Amazon will probably buy from one manufacturer and they just brand it as their own. But there we go, look at that. Something Traxxas should have done from the get-go. Look at it, this is a freaking wire tie. Are you serious? That's their answer to holding them wires. Nothing reusable. Oh, Traxxas, I'm really trying to be something positive with you here. Really trying to have something positive. That's why it's important to lay these out kind of like in some type of pattern, because look, this front bolt is longer than the back. And I believe that should, yeah, release it. And then, what? Oh, that's because I took that piece off. If you guys missed it when I played the video, I mean, well, really can't do it now that all this is here. So how do we get all this off? I think it's pretty crappy that they make it like this, so it's, but like I said before, they don't design it for the aftermarket, and they do at least give you the option to redo it. They sell you the pieces. So now I need to get the servo saver out of here. Ha! I was able to get out one piece. Cool. But yeah, I know some people said about tightening up the spring and all that, but I mean, man, the fact that I can just move that by hand. Let's see. Well, I think people said put a washer in there. Oh yeah, look at that. I could definitely tighten that. Maybe I should have tried that before I jumped. Nah, it's still not a whole lot of pressure. This whole dang thing is just plastic. But we're just gonna... Man, I'll tell you what. Make a video. I buy these things and try to do good. Give an unbiased report. Here, if anybody's interested in the part number, MXX48M01. I'll put a link down below to it, but you know, I don't have any hate towards Traxxas at all. I have several of the cars and I was very happy with them. So I was actually very surprised when this one here did not perform very well. And I get people, you know, basically like children, man, name calling. You can't drive. And it's funny when you click on their channels, either they have nothing, or when you look at what they have, like one guy's just got a bunch of crawlers and he's telling me about stuff, and people talking about it's a Maxx, you know, it's gonna handle. I'm like, you guys, it's not a Maxx. It's a low center of gravity chassis. They dropped it down. Low center of gravity, you know. That's kind of like the point of a low center of gravity, is that it should turn. So there's something else I'm going to look at on the back too. They said they're shock extenders, but to me it looks like it actually takes away some travel. Oh, look at this. So they actually give you new bearings. I'm not sure if it's needed though. I would kind of hope not. Jeez, I can't get these things out of here. I'm gonna have to open this anyhow. Look at all the dang dirt. This chassis holds so much dirt. And so it comes with everything except for this control arm linkage, which we'll have to reuse. Okay, so this does come with 2 springs. I think the silver spring is the harder. I can't remember, but feeling this thing, it is pretty tight. I think that's gonna do the job. And I mean, I still got room. I can tighten it too. It does come with screws and new bearings, but this is brand new. And these bearings feel fine, so we're just going to go ahead and leave them. We just need to try to clean up a little bit of this dirt right here. But man, you know what? I like to keep things on a positive note on the channel. I really like to see people get into the hobby and that, and you know, I'm not sponsored. I buy all these RC. I buy these parts like this, me trying to fix this, and it's unfortunate. I shouldn't have to buy parts for a brand new vehicle, but you know, so I buy these vehicles with my money. I don't have an agenda promoting anything, and unfortunately, if something doesn't work and I say something bad, you know, you get the fanboys jumping all over. The, oh, you can't drive, you don't know what you're doing. All this nonsense, man. You need to calm down. It's like, you know, Tolbert said once, you know, it's just a toy, man. Just a toy. And to sit there and tell somebody they don't know how to operate a toy car, man, that's just childish. I mean, hell, man, I fly RC planes. I'm not the best at it. You know, I'm not out there doing all kinds of acrobatic stuff, but I mean, it's definitely a whole lot harder and more skill involved in that than there is running a car on the ground. I can promise you that much. That's unfortunate, man. You know, and I've said it once, I'll say it again and again and again. People wonder why channels disappear. Sometimes, you know, the stress and that of having to deal with all that nonsense gets to be a bit much, and it's not fair for people. Have to deal with that. Fortunately, I'm very proficient at the block button. I don't care. I want to see the channel grow, but not by that means. Not by that. The funny thing is, though, even if people make a negative comments, it works because YouTube likes to see that interaction, and they figure, hey, it's a good video because everybody's commenting. Arms after we get all that bolted in. Let's see what this magic is right here. I don't know. I have never messed with one of these adapters. So it's a learning experience for me as well. It doesn't look like it's that hard of a concept here. So let's see what Trax says to do. Ladies and gentlemen, there's the wife harassing me again. What you need, woman?
No, sauna is heaters on.
What friggin' heater's on?
Sauna. My Losi. Milo. That sauna. Hi, honey.
Huh?
You doing okay?
I was until you walked in. Freak. Get. Ow. I hope the camera caught that shit.
And? Okay.
And this doesn't fit. Oh crap. Well, that sucks. I did not know that Traxxas uses a bigger gear. So fortunately, I do have this servo on hand. And we will save this one for another day. Oh, wow. I think I'll save that for another day too, because this one's already in here. And then that's a monster spring. Well, that definitely ain't for this. I think it's more of an X-Maxx thing. Yeah, like I said, man, you know, it's unfortunate people gotta be that way. You know, nobody's out here trying to, or at least, you know, I mean, I'm not out here trying to falsely accuse a product of being bad. I'm just trying to inform people, man. I think people, and I have gotten a lot of positive support, and I do greatly appreciate that. A lot of people saying, you know, they appreciate the honesty of the review and that. I said, I'm not out here to bash Traxxas. I'm not mad at anything or anybody. I'll tell you what, man, these on the bench videos are some of the hardest to edit, because sometimes working on stuff, I get so much dead space trying to figure out where to edit stuff. It's like, it gets tough, but whew. Dang it. How the heck? Oh, wait a minute. Because how the hell's Traxxas tell you to run this thing on 4S? And you can't even get a 4S pack to plug in. What freaking nonsense is that? Or they tell you to run on 3S? 3S, I mean, you think it would run on 4. But that's right, because they changed the battery terminals so you don't accidentally blow something. I'll be back. May as well grab the extra GoPro battery. You know, normally when I edit these videos, I can, or make a video, I can like do an unbox, film the cars running around, do a whole bunch of stuff, and not need what the hell is going on here? Yeah, jeez. I'm getting all kind of, and not, but like on the bench series, because I have so much dead space, and I turning the GoPro on and off gets to be a hassle a little bit. Plus the way it's mounted, if I turn it on, the image will be rotated, and I can flip it in the editor. I can easily, but then, you know, if you got 15, 18, 20 clips, that gets old, so it's easier for me just to disconnect unclip the GoPro, turn it on while it's upside down so the image is the way I need it. Oh, anyhow. Ooh. Man, that sounds lively. And then with the fan, check it out, the colors. Not sure if you guys can see. Yeah, I'm not sure the point of the fan changing colors, but well, let's get this thing on. Hey, maybe I'll finally have the damn thing will be centered, because I had the damn trim so far out of turned all the way one way, and I gotta take the damn servo out to put this. Oh crap! 'Cause I don't think there's any way of getting that screw in there. Dang! I didn't think that one through, did I? There we go. You know what sucks is I bought this thing. I was like, damn, that's a lot of money for this servo, and I was like, I didn't want to. I don't know. I just really didn't want to use a Traxxas part to fix the problem. But I guess it kind of shows that they have the parts to fix this. Why don't they? It should have came with the servo to begin with. To be honest, it really should have. So now you got $700 RC. I got $100 servo, so it's about 800 bucks we got in here. I could have done it the other way. The other servo would have been considerably cheaper. Man, how much freaking dirt's already in everything. I hope somebody comes up with a solution, like some type of cover for this chassis that'll help fix all the dirt coming into this thing, because this was just another bad idea on their behalf. You know, you got these tires that are here and this tub, and hey, at least I'm not the only one that said that. So I want to look at these supposed shock extenders. If you look, this is up above the arm. You would think if you move it down here, you would get. I am curious to see what happens if we take this thing out of here. This screws where the shock is supposed to go, and then you have this where the shock is going. So I don't know how that works. So you might notice how much higher this tire sits than that. So that's the problem. I know people have said it, that the shocks are too short. They don't allow the full suspension travel. So instead of putting proper shocks on here, they came up with this little plastic adapter, which is why the front sits like that. So now the shock is absolutely supporting the A-arm, and that's really not what you want. You do not want the shock supporting that. That's friggin' ridiculous. That is freaking ridiculous. So instead of like putting some type of engineering into this to fix these problems, it's like they call it the Maxx Slash. They just hodgepodge. The only thing they did is they came up with a new chassis, and they just kind of rigged up some parts. It's outstanding. It's outstanding. So now I have to put that back on, or I can leave it like that and the whole car will be lowered, but this thing already doesn't have a whole lot of ground clearance. Wow. So I guess my other option is too, and these shocks are expensive, so I don't want to buy new shocks, but I might get this piece and put them in the front, and then the truck will sit level where it won't be so like nose down, and maybe it might ride better. And I had to get a refill. You believe that? So man, I learned all kinds of things here. So the Traxxas servos have a bigger spline. I know people complain that the ARMA had their own unique, like a 15 tooth, where everybody had like 17 tooth. But honestly, Traxxas does the same thing. The more I dig into this stuff, the more I learn, the better I'll get at this hobby. I imagine that the powers that be had a reason for not putting the same adapter on the front. I don't comprehend why. Because now you have the shock stopping the suspension, which is the whole reason that you would use droop screws. But we don't have droop screws on here. So I'm seriously thinking about getting those adapters and putting them in the front. Yeah, this front end is definitely raked way down. And that, too, might cause some instability problems. Because you got more weight there. Hard to tell. But I'm hoping right here that this... See, now we have like a steering servo that actually... You see, our servo saver works. And it's actually strong enough to turn the servo. Before, it was just like moving free. So hopefully there's no adjusting these tires. So, well, everyone, man, I appreciate it. I asked everybody what they thought of the series, me doing it on the bench, because I know I have people that want to learn how to do the RC stuff, and it was a very positive response about liking the series. So I do appreciate that. So, you know, I want to put out content that you want to watch. And oh man, what did I do here? Oh, what did I do? Man, I got this thing all kind of... okay, that should work. Hopefully. Yeah, that should be okay. I think I can pull a little bit more out of this case too. Because I wasn't going to have the wire run this way. There we go. I think we got it. That should be okay. Look at that. This servo here's got little heat sinks. Let's plug this thing in. I'm curious, like, how fast and powerful. But anyhow, yeah, I want to put out content people want to watch. You know, people told me that they want to, you know, some how-to, you know, fix some stuff and that. And, you know, that's what people are interested in. And I'll more than gladly do it. Remote. Man, you gotta be... kind of found out with the tracks, it's the best way to do this when you got more cars bound to one remote. Just turn this thing on and then hit this remote. And then, oh, look at that. So now, before I wasn't getting full range of motion one way. I'm probably going to have to even go into the app and turn that down a little bit. Oh yeah. To see right about there it stops. And now the servo is just moving. See, now it's just moving the servo. Right about there is where we want to. And in the app, I can go ahead and adjust that. So I will do that. All right, everyone, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the support, the comments. Let me know that you like this series. I definitely have a lot more coming. I have a whole bunch of parts behind me. Stuff. I might end up actually putting this in the sledge. Just see what kind of difference like a more powerful servo makes. Man, I tell you, these servos and stuff start getting expensive, man. So all the super thanks and using my Amazon store, all the affiliate links and all that stuff, man, really, really helps. Plus just watching the channel, subscribing, liking, commenting, helping the channel grow. it all helps, man. So I greatly appreciate it. Because like I said, now I got $700 into here. I got another 100 something into a servo. Got $30 or something into a fan. Stars adding up, man. It really does. So I greatly appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this. I'm actually going to take this thing out tomorrow and drive it. And you will see this video before you see this. So I'm just going to make a video. Say, hey, I upgraded the servo. Video coming soon to watch how I did it. So, like I said, I just kind of want to get the driving videos out while this is like a hot thing. Plus, I'm curious to know how this thing's going to ride with the stronger servo. So, alright, rambled long enough. Thanks for watching. Thank you for the support. See you on the next one.